Did you know that in recent years, Australia has seen a record number of immigrants packing up and leaving? It's a surprising trend considering Australia has long been considered one of the most desirable places to live. But something is happening. People who once saw Australia as the land of opportunity are now heading back to their home countries, or even choosing entirely different destinations. So what's really going on? What could possibly make people leave a country with such a high quality of life? The answer may not be what you expect. It's not just about finding a better job or higher wages. In fact, some of the reasons immigrants are leaving have to do with unseen challenges that many newcomers face in Australia. From rising living costs to cultural barriers, these factors are making it harder for immigrants to feel at home. But there's even more behind this mass exodus. In this video, we'll dive into 10 key reasons why immigrants are making the tough decision to leave Australia. Stay tuned, because some of these reasons might surprise you. Number 1. The rising cost of living. Australia has long been known for its high standard of living, but recently, the cost of living has become one of the main reasons why immigrants are packing up and leaving. Housing prices, in particular, have skyrocketed in cities like Sydney and Melbourne, making it nearly impossible for many immigrants to find affordable housing. The average rent in these cities has increased significantly, and purchasing a home has become an even more distant dream for many. The situation is even worse for those who arrived with limited savings or were hoping to buy a property after a few years. But housing isn't the only culprit. Utility bills, transportation costs, and everyday expenses are all rising at an alarming rate. For many immigrants who may have already felt financial strain while adjusting to a new country, these added costs are simply too much to bear. The pressure is particularly hard on families, where multiple members are trying to make ends meet while settling in a new environment. Recent studies have shown that Australia's cost of living is among the highest in the world, especially in the major cities. This has led many immigrants to reconsider their future in the country. They are faced with the tough decision of staying in a place where their financial stability is constantly at risk, or leaving in search of a more affordable life elsewhere. Some are choosing to return to their home countries, where they can stretch their money further, while others are considering countries with lower costs of living but similar opportunities. Number 2. Job market challenges. While Australia has a thriving economy, the job market is becoming increasingly competitive, and this is one of the major reasons why many immigrants are deciding to leave. For newcomers, especially those who lack local experience or professional networks, finding a job that matches their qualifications can be a long and frustrating process. It's not uncommon for immigrants to find themselves stuck in low-paying or underqualified positions, unable to progress in their careers. This is especially true in industries where local experience or specific Australian qualifications are highly valued. Moreover, in certain regions, there's an oversupply of workers, making it even harder for immigrants to secure the jobs they need. The situation becomes even more difficult when employers prioritize candidates with a local network or Australian work experience over those who may be highly qualified but new to the country. For immigrants hoping to build a career, this lack of opportunity is a major frustration. Even highly educated immigrants with degrees and certifications from prestigious institutions sometimes find themselves overqualified for the roles available to them. It's a disheartening reality. Immigrants may have moved to Australia for better job prospects, but end up facing the same challenges they hoped to escape. As the job market continues to tighten, many are realizing that their dreams of career advancement and financial stability are becoming more difficult to achieve. As a result, many immigrants are looking elsewhere for job opportunities, countries with more inclusive hiring practices or better pathways to employment. Others may even consider returning to their home countries, where their skills are in higher demand. Number 3. Lack of social integration. One of the most profound reasons immigrants are leaving Australia is the lack of social integration. Despite its multicultural image, many immigrants report feeling isolated and disconnected from the broader Australian community. While major cities like Sydney and Melbourne have diverse populations, the sense of belonging can be difficult to achieve. Cultural differences, language barriers, and unfamiliar social norms can all contribute to feelings of alienation. Immigrants often find themselves caught between two worlds, feeling too distant from their home country to fully connect, yet not fully integrated into Australian society. This creates a sense of loneliness, which can take a significant toll on mental health. Social circles tend to be more limited for newcomers, especially those who don't speak English fluently or don't have local family or friends to lean on. Without a strong support system, daily life can quickly become overwhelming, leading many to question if staying in Australia is worth the emotional cost. Moreover, discrimination and biases still exist, making it harder for some immigrants to feel truly accepted. Even subtle forms of exclusion can gradually wear down one's sense of belonging. Studies have shown that immigrants in Australia often struggle to find communities where they feel comfortable, which can lead to frustration and a desire to leave. For many, the challenge of cultural adjustment becomes so daunting that they feel it's better to return home, where they are more familiar with the language, customs, and social dynamics. Others may seek out countries with better integration programs or communities that offer a greater sense of inclusivity. Number 4. Political climate and immigration policies. In recent years, changing immigration policies and a shifting political climate in Australia have become key factors driving immigrants to reconsider their future in the country. As political rhetoric becomes more focused on nationalism and tightening borders, many immigrants feel increasingly unwelcome or uncertain about their status. Stricter visa regulations, fluctuating immigration quotas, and rising political tensions around immigration have left many feeling that their future in Australia is less secure than before. Recent policy changes have also made it more difficult for immigrants to sponsor family members, apply for permanent residency, or secure pathways to citizenship. Some immigrants, especially those on temporary visas, are concerned that they may not be able to establish long-term stability in the country. This uncertainty about future immigration policies creates a sense of instability, leading many to seek out more immigration-friendly countries or return to their home nations where they have a stronger sense of security. Additionally, the political discourse around immigration has become increasingly divisive, with some political leaders making negative remarks about immigrants or introducing policies aimed at reducing immigration numbers. Many immigrants begin to feel alienated and less valued. This shift in the national conversation can have a profound emotional impact, especially for those who have invested years in building a new life in Australia. As a result, many are turning to other countries with more welcoming policies and better long-term prospects for permanent residency or citizenship. This sense of uncertainty has led many to question whether Australia is still the place they once hoped it would be. Number 5. Better opportunities abroad. As the situation in Australia becomes increasingly challenging, many immigrants are looking beyond its borders for better opportunities. Countries like Canada, the United States, and the United Kingdom are becoming more appealing due to their immigration-friendly policies, job prospects, and overall quality of life. These nations are known for offering more pathways to citizenship, better career opportunities, and more inclusive communities for immigrants. Many are drawn to the fact that they may find it easier to secure permanent residency or gain access to social benefits in these countries. Moreover, immigrants are discovering that these countries offer lower living costs, stronger social services, and a better work-life balance, all of which are major draws. For example, Canada's immigration system is viewed as one of the most welcoming in the world, with clear pathways for skilled workers, students, and families. Immigrants are also attracted to these countries' diverse cultures and the sense of acceptance that is often more pronounced. As a result, many are choosing to leave Australia behind in search of these more favorable conditions. Whether it's job security, affordable living, or a better future for their children, immigrants are deciding that opportunities abroad are simply too good to pass up. The grass is greener in these alternative destinations, prompting a large number to make the leap and start over in a new country. If this video made you think twice about why so many immigrants are leaving Australia, drop your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from you. We put a lot of effort into bringing these insights to you, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's just one click away, and it helps us continue creating content you care about. Number 6. Healthcare and social services issues. While Australia is known for its high-quality healthcare system, many immigrants are finding that accessing these services isn't as straightforward as they hoped. Despite the country's robust healthcare infrastructure, immigrants, especially those on temporary or specific visa types, often face barriers to accessing essential health services. For example, long wait times for medical appointments, particularly for specialists, can be incredibly frustrating for individuals who are used to quicker access to care in their home countries. Additionally, health insurance can be prohibitively expensive for immigrants who are not eligible for certain government subsidies or health programs. Many immigrants struggle to afford private health insurance, leaving them to rely on out-of-pocket expenses for medical care, which adds to their financial strain. This becomes especially difficult for families, where healthcare costs for multiple members can quickly add up, often outweighing the benefits of staying in Australia. The mental health aspect is also a concern. Immigrants, particularly those who have recently moved, often experience stress, anxiety, and depression due to the pressures of adjusting to a new culture and environment. Access to mental health services can be limited, and even when they are available, many immigrants feel uncomfortable seeking help due to cultural stigmas or language barriers. As a result, many immigrants feel that the healthcare system doesn't meet their needs or that the system in Australia is too difficult to navigate. This leads some to leave in search of countries with better access to affordable healthcare and more comprehensive support systems, ultimately seeking a better quality of life for their families. Number 7. Quality of education. Education is often one of the top reasons families choose to migrate, but in Australia, many immigrants are finding that the reality doesn't match their expectations. While Australia boasts some excellent universities and schools, the cost of education, especially for international students and the children of temporary visa holders, can be overwhelming. Public schools may charge high fees for non-resident children, and private school tuition can skyrocket beyond what many immigrant families can afford. For parents hoping to give their children a top-tier education, the pressure of keeping up with tuition, school-related expenses, and extracurricular costs can be intense. Some immigrants are shocked to find that access to free or low-cost education is limited for their visa status, making them feel disadvantaged. On top of that, there's growing concern about overcrowded classrooms, declining school performance in some regions, and a lack of cultural inclusivity in the curriculum. In addition, recognition of foreign qualifications can be a major roadblock for immigrant students or professionals trying to continue their education or retrain. Many must repeat years of study or enroll in expensive bridging courses just to meet local standards, an unexpected burden both financially and emotionally. These challenges are pushing many families to look toward countries that offer more affordable and accessible education systems, particularly those that support immigrant children and recognize international qualifications. When education becomes more of a barrier than a stepping stone, families begin to question whether staying in Australia is truly the best choice for their children's future. For many, leaving becomes the more logical and hopeful option. Number 8. Climate and environmental concerns. Australia's natural beauty is undeniable, but in recent years, its climate and environmental risks have become a growing concern for many immigrants. Frequent bushfires, floods, and extreme heat waves have not only made headlines worldwide, but have directly affected the lives of thousands across the country. For immigrants unfamiliar with such intense natural events, the fear and anxiety these disasters cause can be overwhelming. The Black Summer bushfires of 2019 to 2020 were a wake-up call, burning millions of hectares, destroying homes, and severely impacting air quality for weeks. Many immigrants living in high-risk areas found themselves facing evacuation notices, property damage, and even health issues due to the smoke. Add to this the increasing flooding events in regions like Queensland and New South Wales, and it's clear that environmental safety is no longer something to take for granted. Beyond immediate dangers, many are also concerned about the long-term impact of climate change in Australia. Rising temperatures, prolonged droughts, and water scarcity are beginning to affect not only daily life but also job security in climate-sensitive industries like agriculture and tourism. These issues make some immigrants question the sustainability of building a life in a country that seems increasingly vulnerable to climate instability. As a result, some are choosing to relocate to countries with milder, more stable climates, where environmental risks are perceived as lower. For families with children or elderly members, safety and health take top priority, making climate concerns a powerful factor in the decision to leave Australia behind in search of a more stable future. Number 9. Mental health challenges. For many immigrants, the journey to Australia begins with hope, but over time, that hope can be tested by the emotional weight of starting over in a new country. Mental health challenges are often overlooked but deeply impactful, and they're becoming a major reason why many immigrants are choosing to leave. The stress of adapting to a new culture, building a support network from scratch, and facing employment or language barriers can quickly become overwhelming. Feelings of isolation, homesickness, and identity loss are common among newcomers. Many immigrants report experiencing anxiety, depression, or chronic stress, especially when struggling to find stability in their new environment. Yet, despite the need, accessing mental health support can be complicated. Cultural stigmas, language barriers, and long waiting lists often prevent immigrants from seeking the help they need. Some also feel that therapists and mental health professionals may not fully understand their cultural background or experiences. Even when services are available, they may not be covered under certain visa types, leaving individuals to face high out-of-pocket costs. This makes it difficult for many to prioritize their mental health when they're already under financial and emotional pressure. Over time, this silent burden can wear people down and make them feel that the promise of a better life in Australia has become a source of constant struggle. In the end, many decide to return home or relocate to a country where they feel mentally and emotionally supported. After all, no amount of opportunity matters if it comes at the cost of mental well-being, a lesson many immigrants are learning the hard way. Number 10. Family and home country ties. No matter how far people go to build a new life, the emotional pull of home is powerful. And for many immigrants in Australia, that pull is stronger than ever. Being thousands of kilometers away from family, childhood friends, and familiar traditions can lead to a deep sense of emotional disconnection. Over time, this longing for belonging and closeness becomes a major reason why immigrants decide to leave Australia and return home or move somewhere closer to their families. While video calls and social media help bridge the distance, they're no substitute for being physically present at life's most important moments: birthdays, weddings, illnesses, or funerals. Missing out on these milestones can create a growing sense of guilt and sadness. For older immigrants, concerns about aging parents or missing out on their children's bond with extended family often become too heavy to bear. Additionally, some immigrants realize that despite financial or career advancements in Australia, they feel culturally disconnected. Food, festivals, language, and shared humor. These daily details carry a comfort that can't be easily replicated abroad. Many start to question, what am I giving up to be here? As life progresses, the desire to return to familiar surroundings, to raise children near grandparents, or to spend their later years closer to loved ones, becomes stronger than the dream that once brought them to Australia. For these immigrants, leaving isn't about failure, it's about choosing emotional fulfillment over material success. And for many, that choice feels like coming home in every sense of the word. As we've seen, the decision for immigrants to leave Australia isn't based on a single issue. It's a complex mix of economic pressures, emotional challenges, and systemic obstacles. From the rising cost of living to the struggles of social integration, from mental health concerns to the pull of family back home, each factor plays a powerful role in shaping this growing trend. Many arrived in Australia with big dreams and high hopes, only to face unexpected realities that make staying feel like an uphill battle. But let's be clear, leaving doesn't mean failure. For many immigrants, it's a deeply personal and thoughtful decision made in search of a better life, more security, and emotional well-being. Whether they choose to return to their roots or try their luck in another country, these individuals are simply doing what's best for themselves and their families. So, the next time you hear about someone leaving Australia, remember, it's not just about money or policy. It's about quality of life, connection, and peace of mind. And sometimes, those things are worth more than anything a country can offer on paper. The journey doesn't end, it just takes a new direction.